boxing making a comeback. Last week, we saw Anthony Joshua knock out my man real quick.
It's not making that much of a comeback, is it? No, I don't know his name either.
Boy, knocked him out.
All I know
quick.
is Anthony Joshua is popular for some reason.
Yeah. Right,
I think it's because he's young, black, and hench.
Yeah. So, the girls love him and that, and like obviously the guys rate him obviously because he's doing his thing and he's British.
Connected to Stormzy and
I knew of him because of the Olympics or whatever, but I didn't really care about him. But then when I saw
he was in the Olympics,
he's won gold medals for Britain and that.
Is it?
Yeah, so he's been popping for time. Yeah. But now he's popping.
Now he's boxing.
Now he's trying to be popping in the boxing and trying to win titles and shit.
Yeah.
Like so, and he keeps on. He's very humble as well in his interview, saying like how he's just like the way he talks is saying like I'm still a rookie, but it's like everyone's trying to hype you up like you're not a rookie anymore. But he's still saying like I'm still like need to keep getting better and blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's
and he's keeping it humble. But when he's in the ring, like it looks he's a beast, fam. Like he's not that guy.
Okay.
But yeah, like
I haven't actually watched any of his fights, and I don't really know him too tough. I just know the last clips that I've seen on Facebook and whatnot.
Was not like I thought I was gonna watch a fight. Like,
did you watch the whole thing?
It was only 2 rounds anyway. It was like a round and a quarter. Like,
what's that? 5 minutes each round, or how many? Is it 4 minutes each round? I swear they go to 12 rounds in boxing. Yeah. Madness. That's long, you know. Imagine watching a 12-round fight. Imagine how bored you'd be. Come on, knock him out already, man.
Yeah, I thought it was going to reach 6 or something, but like my man was not ready. Like he didn't even throw a punch.
Is it?
He didn't even land a punch. I mean, he tried to throw some, but he didn't even land a punch.
He just got countered.
Yeah.
Stress. It's not the one.
He got fucked up. But like, yeah, what my question is like, is boxing making a comeback? Because like during like this is going on, and obviously David Hayes is trying to come back as well. And
what happened to David Hayes? Because he was popping, and then when did he lose his title?
He retired.
Oh, he retired.
I swear he retired. Okay. And now he's coming back. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he's coming back because he's seeing that it's popping, trying to make money. Like before this, all I knew about was Mayweather. That's all we heard about was Mayweather for boxing.
Yeah, that's because that's the only thing that was really bringing in the people in it.
Yeah.
He was the only person that was in popular culture because no one really cared about boxing.
Yeah.
Like all the heavyweight fights were boring. I don't know because I didn't actually watch it, but this is what I was hearing.
Yeah.
These are the opinions that were out there. So that's what the consensus was, I guess. And now it seems that...
But for me personally, I'm not into boxing per se, as in I'm into the sport. I'm more into boxing if there's like... I'm into the hype. You get what I mean? So that's why I liked Mayweather, because there was always a hype around the fight and whatever, that big build-up. And it feels like Anthony Joshua has that hype around him. Like, I'm seeing him always when I open my phone, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, people are talking about him, and he's a good fighter.
Memes
and it's making me proud, and I guess British people proud, because man's popping, like, and we're popping in music and sport now. Like, you get me? It's really Britain's time right now.
Yeah, I think boxing is getting back into the limelight, but I think
UFC was running it for...
UFC is... I think it's still running it.
Yeah, it's still running it. It's still running it.
UFC is the only sport that I actually like. Like, I hate football because I can't watch 90 minutes of guys running around and there's no goals and there might be a last minute one goal.
You just
like,
play FIFA now and then, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just...
I might have to battle you on FIFA today.
Don't start talking reckless, because you're documenting it now, and when I beat you, I'm gonna have to tweet it.
We can stream it too.
Alright, so basically, what was I saying? Yeah, so
UFC,
bruv, like, it's
the only sport you really enjoy
so
watching.
Exhilarating. It's so exciting because, like, I used to kind of watch wrestling. I used to kind of watch it. Like, I think every time like I bought a wrestling game, I got more into like the wrestling show, and I started watching it again. But like, bruv, what are you doing?
I'm listening.
Oh, basically, like, it's just. There's so many crap matches in between, like the matches that I actually want to watch. Like, I like Randy Orton and Triple H, and John Cena's alright. But like all the other matches of the people that I don't know are just so boring.
And it's not real.
Yeah, and it's not real, and it's just all drama and stuff, and sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's not. Yeah. But when I watch a UFC match, fam, like when I first watched a match, and there was like two people that I didn't know either of them. Yeah. I didn't know anything about them. I maybe saw like the promo before the match, but I knew that one of them was going to win and one of them was going to lose, and it could have been anyone. And I was like, okay,
who was it?
I'm rooting for. I don't even remember. I don't remember the match. The first match that I watched.
Was you into the games already?
Yeah, no, I did play the games first. Like that usually gets me into the sport. When I play the games of the sport, that usually gets me into the sport because I never watched basketball before I played a basketball game, and I got Madden, the UFC games,
FIFA,
UFC, they all get me into the sport eventually
because you're a gamer.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the game. I was battering people online and whatnot.
He was like, let me find out.
Yeah,
about this.
I watched a couple like old fights and whatnot. But then when I actually watched like a whole UFC pay-per-view, like I was just watching it and like I picked one guy to be the guy that I'm rooting for, and then like it was just amazing, fam. Like just anything can happen at any point. It was just madness. So mad. People getting elbowed in the face and kneed and shit. And I'm like, these are two men just fighting. Fam.
It's a real fight. Like UFC is a real fight. Like it's a real brawl.
Bro, people are actually like just fucking saying, you know what? I want to be a fighter and I'm just gonna fight people for a living. And they're actually going out there and fighting, fam. And it just seems so wild to me.
It's like Fight Club in a sport.
Yeah, it's just so brutal and it's just wild. And when you see someone doing something like really greatly, like when you watch like a Ronda Rousey fight or something, and like I watched the Ronda Rousey versus Kat Zingano fight, and it was just wild because I thought it was gonna last at least like a round or two, innit? But like she finishes a lot of her fights. Like Ronda Rousey finishes a lot of her fights in like the first round.
Okay.
And like
didn't happen the last fight, did it?
No, it didn't. But leave Ronda Rousey alone, man. So basically, Kat like ran into her to go give her like a flying knee or something, like knee her to the face. And then all of a sudden, all I see here is Kat's on the floor, her arms in fucking Ronda Rousey's arms. She's in the armbar, she's tapping that, fam. She's tapping that. It happened so quickly, fam. It was in seconds. Like, she was trying to be super aggressive and Ronda just like, I don't know what she done. Some technical shit, fam. Just mad, fam. And just flipped her over, got her to the ground. It was over, fam. It was mad. It was so mad. And I was like, oh my days, fam. This is mad. This is mad. When you see someone really skilled do it, it's beautiful.
The first thing I saw from UFC was when Anderson Silva's leg.
Oh yeah, no. When spaghetti. I saw, oh my god, that hurt my stomach.
I was like, yo,
it was so much.
I don't think I've ever watched.
I watched the actual fight.
Like, no, I watched the Ronda Rousey fight. But I've never watched a actual full-on UFC fight.
You should check it out, man.
I've ever watched one. I've only seen, because lately, what's his name? McGregor and Ronda Rousey have just been popping, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously, the same thing with boxing is UFC for me. There needs to be something exciting in the pop culture for me to go out and invest time and watch it. So it was them that kind of made me want to watch their matches, but I've never just sat down and thought like, I'm gonna watch UFC. But like you're saying, it's better than boxing. Yeah.
Bruv,
you're saying it's
way better than
sport.
boxing. It's way better than boxing. Because with boxing, you just watch their hands, innit?
Yeah.
Like with UFC,
you're watching hands.
Anything can happen, fam.
Legs.
Anything can happen. All of a sudden, man's kneeing man to the face. There's a kick out of nowhere. He just flung a punch. His leg kicking, man. Like his legs all turned to a spaghetti, fam. It's just mad, fam. It's madness. It's madness, bruv. It's just so wild. It's definitely a sport.
Fam, do you know what you need to see? Just before we touch on the next topic, you need to see Chris Eubank Jr. versus I can't remember this other guy's name, but man, the guy Chris Eubank Jr. F this guy up, fam. F'd him up.
I don't know if boxing's for me. You know?
No. This fight was hard.
Because the thing I like about UFC too is like it doesn't last too long. Like each round is like 5 minutes. There's most of them like 15-minute fights maximum, or championship fights like 25 minutes. Yeah, because they're fighting, fam. Like they're proper.
You can't fight that long in life.
There's probably a couple restrictions, but there's enough lax restrictions that it's just madness, fam. Like I saw a man get elbowed in his head until he couldn't move anymore, and I was like, oh my god, fam, bro,
proper dead.
What the fuck is going on? Like people do this for a living. Like it's wild. So yeah, I need it to be quick and fast paced and like just get in and get out. I can't have people just dodging punches for like 8 rounds and stuff, and then one knockout punch. Like that's boring, man.
I hear you.
That's why I can't watch like football or anything like that. It just takes too long
to watch exciting shit.
Way too long.
Football's alright, man. If
90
it's
minutes,
a big match,
fam.
if it's a big match, it's good.
No way of people just passing and running down the pitch.
But I'm not a big football. That's why I wanted to do a football topic one day with like people that actually rate football hard, because I don't really rate it that hard anyway.
I thought you was out on this football life.
I'm not like that. No.
I thought you was a football fan. You support Arsenal and shit, and like you follow what's going on in football. Yeah, don't you watch the matches?
But I'm not like some of these guys, fam. Come on. There's proper football.
You probably
fans.
don't get angry when you lose.
No, I don't.
Like,
know.
You probably wouldn't smack a
day.
girl when you lose. Right, so you're not at that point.
I'm not. No.
Right, fair enough.
Flipping.
Yo, thanks for listening, guys. If you want to check out the full podcast, you can click on the SoundCloud link in the description, or you can search for Jay Cartere or talk about it in the podcast section of the iTunes store, and you can find us there. Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. It really helps us out, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you. It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.